Perry County School District 32 is served by 4 school nurses, all registered nurses with additional certifications. Those include Basic Life Support Instructor, Pediatric Advanced Life Support, and Advanced Cardiovascular Life Support certifications. Combined, our school nurses have over 77 years of experience in healthcare, in clinical, hospital, EMS, and school settings. They provide basic first aid to students, administer medications, play a vital role in school safety planning and response, and also provide medical support to students with serious health conditions, including diabetes and seizure disorders. Each year, they have more than 35,000 visits from students. Now our nurses will tell you about themselves and how they care for and protect the 2,100 students in our care.
Hi, I'm Stephanie. I'm the nurse at the high school. I started my career in nursing as a nurse assistant. I then became a certified nurse assistant through our Career and Technology Center here at Perryville in 2011. I then went to college to be an EMT and then an RN. I worked at med-surg and long-term care facilities, and then I joined the D32 family in 2020, right after COVID. In the high school nurse office, we see a wide variety of symptoms and illness. Our chief complaint seems to be headache, probably from lack of water intake and increased screen time between the Chromebooks and their cell phones. Other than that, we do see a lot of generalized illness, and our more severe injuries are in the high school from competitive sports. I think the community would be surprised at how many visits our district nurses see. We have an average of 34 to 35,000 visits a school year between our 4 nurses, and that's including our scheduled daily meds that kids are prescribed, and then our um, generalized complaints that they come in for illness or injury. This year, we just hit our 100th day of school, and we've already seen over 23,000 visits this school year between the 4 of us. 3 of our district nurses are BLS instructors, that's basic life support. With with being a BLS instructor, we do certify all of our coaches and transportation staff to be CPR and first aid certified to be able to respond to emergencies when a nurse isn't readily available. Missouri students need to have CPR and Heimlich maneuver education in order to graduate. I help the coach who teaches the health course to make sure that all students have received education to graduate. It is not a CPR certification, but they do need to have education. Our district has 7 AEDs on site. Our nurses are trained in that, and so are the CPR certified staff. We manage those AEDs, and we have a local agreement with a physician to keep those managed and ready for if they're needed. With this many visits, you can understand why we need our sub nurses. We appreciate our sub nurses. We have LPNs, RNs, and paramedics. When a nurse is out sick, because we are faced with illness every single day, the sub helps cover that office. If we don't have a sub, then that office sometimes is shut down. Minor illnesses and injuries can go to the office, but a different nurse will be on call for emergencies from a different building.
I have been here for 22 years. I've been here 21 years in the middle school. My first year I was up at the elementary, but then a job opened up down at the middle school, and so I've been here 21 years. I think the biggest change for me really has happened probably this year, where administration is working with the teachers to try to cut down the nurse visits, and the teachers have been helping out, as far as um, prioritizing which kids need to come to the nurse versus ones that aren't as a priority. We made up these first aid kits a couple of years ago actually, and that has helped us dramatically in keeping the visits down because the teachers help out tremendously, and doing some of the minor things, like giving them a band-aid or some chapstick or something, just those little things that they might come to the nurse for. I start my day off usually with medications, and then it goes from there. They have every complaint in the book, headaches, stomach aches, sore throats, injuries. I tell you, since we've had this new building, we haven't had as many injuries because they don't go outside between the buildings as much, between the two buildings. And, you have to always watch out for the kids that have seizures and life-threatening allergies and all your major medical problems. Yeah, I figured the statistics was the fun part of this. As of yesterday, my total visits with medications was 4,350 kids this year. So my average is 50 students a day. I also figured out how much I've seen in the last 18 out of my 21 years, which I thought that was fun too. Can I give you that?
Yes.
Okay, so the past 18 years, I've seen 207,110 kids. That's total visits with medications. So that's an average of 11,506 students a year, visits per year for the last 18 years.
Hi, I'm Emily Davis, and I am the elementary school nurse. I have been in the healthcare field since 2012. When I was in high school, I got my CNA license through the Career Center. From there, I worked in the emergency room throughout nursing school, graduated in 2015 with my registered nursing degree. From there, I worked in the OR in neurosurgery. Did a lot of neck, back, spinal injury stuff. Then I became a nurse at Perryville Family Care Clinic for 5 years. I was Dr. Shabbing's nurse for a long time. And then I got the job here in 2020 as the elementary nurse. The kids I see most often in my office are your typical headaches, stomach aches, sore throats, lots of recess and gym injuries, and 2 of my specialized cares are diabetic and catheter care. The part of my job you guys would probably be most surprised about is how many kids I see on a daily basis. Typically, I see on average 65 kids a day. That includes my visits as well as kids who receive medicine. That takes up a lot of time even after the kids leave. Not only is it busy, but we have to document and put them in our new computer system. So it is a very time-consuming task.
That's perfect. Do you like being a school nurse?
Yes, I love being a school nurse. I like helping kids, being around the students. The atmosphere in the school district is way different than the healthcare setting. I find joy every day I'm here, and I like to be a safe place and a place where kids know they can come and be loved and cared for.
Okay, hi, I am Logan Davis. I am the nurse here at the primary center, and I take care of preschool age through 2nd grade. So I've been a nurse. I was an LPN first. I was an LPN in 2013, and then I went back to RN school and graduated in 2017. So, and then healthcare background, I've been in healthcare since 2008. So that was 16 years. Started at a walk-in clinic, and then I went to primary care and then med-surg floor nursing. And I did that in conjunction with school nursing, which I've been doing for 5 years now. The days are really busy, so honestly, I never know what's going to walk through my door or what kind of phone call I'm going to get and have to respond to. I see a lot of kids for stomach aches, headaches, sore throats, things like that. I have a very large amount of kids with seizure disorders that I take care of, so I respond to those type of emergencies, and then a lot of injuries on the playground at recess, so keeps me pretty busy. So anywhere, I would say about 55 to 80 kids a day. Now during flu season, it's on the higher end, like 80, sometimes 90. I've seen over 100 on some days. But typically not flu season, in the 55 to 75 probably. Yeah, a lot. So I think kind of two different things here. Something that would surprise people about my job is everything that happens after the kid leaves. So the kid comes in, I do the assessment, I treat them, and then they go back to class or they go home, and then everything that follows up after that. So calling the parents, doing paperwork, all the documentation in the computer. So the back end of things takes a long time too. Another surprising thing, and this is kind of newer, is the amount of kids we're seeing that aren't fully potty trained. A lot of kids are having bathroom accidents at school, so that's something we've been kind of trying to promote with our kids and doing toileting on the potty, things like that. So that's something when I started here 5 years ago that wasn't as much of an issue as it has been in the past year. So kind of surprising. I love being a school nurse. Yeah, it's truly my calling.